all of a sudden I heard some commotion. Some parents came running in my class and they were just closing the windows and they were screaming, bees, bees, bees. I managed to open my door and a man was on the floor with full of bees on his head and he kept screaming, don't open the door, don't come out.
Those bees came from this tree across from the Arms of Love Primary School. The wild Africanized bees have formed a colony inside the hollow of this tree, and while there were no reports of any attack on human life before, on Wednesday around 2:30, 60-year-old Cruz Chan lost hers after she was stung by hundreds of the killer bees. Students, parents, and teachers had to lock themselves inside the classrooms to get away from the bees. Principal Iris Garcia recounts the tragic ordeal, unable to help Chan.
So we lock up the classroom and the parents stayed in there. Then one of the teachers came knocking on my door and said, Miss Series, a lady is being attacked with bees. And when I tried to open my window, they didn't let me. The parents didn't let me because they said, Miss, the bees are coming in. So I tried to open the window and I heard the lady screaming. She was screaming for help. And I wanted to come out, but the parents didn't let me. They were concerned about the children inside.
Chan would walk through the shortcut every day to pick up two of her grandchildren from school. She was on her way over when she was attacked by the killer bees. Her house is right around the corner from the Arms of Love Primary School. Her family is saddened that she was so close, yet they were unable to help her. And one of her grandsons looked on as a swarm of bees attacked her.
Normally, every evening she would go and everything seemed okay. And unexpectedly, we got some sad news yesterday telling us about the incident, about her being stung by bees. It was a very big tragedy for us because we did not expect something like this, And the sad part is we could not do anything to help her at the moment. No one could actually help her. The smallest grandson Ezekiel, opened the window and saw his grandmother being attacked, and he was yelling out for someone to help her. From what we were told was that one of the police officers tried to cover her, but she was stung multiple times by the bees and she fainted and she could not, it was too much for her.
Chan ran into the school grounds but would later collapse here. The incident left the students traumatized. Classes were cancelled for today and on Friday for concerns for the children's safety.
We're waiting for the police and ambulance to reach, but no ambulance. So the police came and I instructed the policeman where the lady was. So the two policemen just run and helped the lady, and they took the lady to the hospital.
She was still alive when they took her away?
I don't think so, ma'am. By the way, because when I was outside, I saw the lady with her head up. She was lying down, but her head was up, and she was screaming. But then, after a little while, I just saw that she let go her head. When I saw that, I said, "That's it." It was a very, very terrifying experience, and I think all the students are very traumatized because some of them were locked up in the bathroom. They stay locked up in the bathroom, in the cafeteria. And police had to come and assist us with the dismissal of the children, class by class.
A couple students, several parents, and even the principal were stung. They were all treated, but 2 parents and 2 officers were hospitalized. According to the principal, they didn't know that there was a beehive inside the hollow tree trunk, and they believe that a strong wind disturbed the colony.
We didn't have no word from anybody. We didn't have knowledge that those bees were there. It was so unfortunate. Everything happened. At that moment, the light gone. We didn't have no light. The strong breeze came, and I think she was just walking the same time. And it's where I think the bees attacked her because of the wind.
The authorities were called out to remove the beehive from the tree, and since Wednesday afternoon, officers from the Ministry of Agriculture's Central Farm have been trying to get rid of the bees, but it wasn't until this afternoon they were able to remove them. They waited for the swarm to settle and then started a fire in the tree trunk, and today they cut down the tree. According to Mario Howe, who works with the National Honey Program within the ministry, these bees, when in the wild, are aggressive when disturbed and would make attacks on both humans and animals, and one should not attempt to remove them, but report it to the ministry.
At this time of the year, there's a lot of report coming to our offices. No? It is because at this time of the year, this is the high peak of high swarm within the year. No, this is the time where honey harvest or the hives tend to be more productive and they multiply more. No? This is the same honeybees. Yes. We call them honeybees that we work with. No? But unfortunately, no, these types of bees multiply, have a natural characteristic of multiplying faster than the past bees we have. No? So they could swarm if they're not managed properly. They swarm and they go in the wilds, no? And once in the wild, they multiply and multiply, no? And this is where the problems come in. In the wilds, nobody manages the bees. So once they find a suitable place to live, they find holes in the house, holes in the trees, they will live in there, no? And it's a type of bees that is not managed, then it goes to a degree of Africanization that they will tend to be much aggressive, and they will, if they are disturbed, they will tend to defend their territory, no? And doing so, they will attack any moving objects, no? And probably that is what happened yesterday.
Are there any other things that would cause these bees to attack? For example, maybe noises in the area. I mean, you mentioned if they're aggressed, they would attack.
That is what I'm saying. Since it's a school, and probably they were provoked by noises from the school, from the children playing. All of those things probably that would have caused the bees to be disturbed. No?
Now, what advice would you give to people if they would spot maybe some bees just out in the wild in a tree? What should they do?
I would advise people to immediately inform the department so that we could act. No, probably we could not act immediately, but we would put it on our list to deal with it. No, we have to ask probably a little patience and cooperation from the public, because it's as I tell you, during this time of the year we cannot deal with everything. It's only 3 officers dealing with the entire district. They call you here and they have to move from within the district. They move from the Cayo, have to go to Belmopan, and it's time consuming, you know. And dealing with bees is not an easy job, no. So we ask the cooperation of people to try to be patient, but we will deal with it, no. And also the next thing that I would say, if you see something like this in your homes, immediately inform it. Especially in homes, we will deal with it immediately. That is what I would say, tell the public, and not to deal with it, not to try to disturb it. The department will deal with it, no?
While Chan's family said they were reliably informed that the beehive was reported to the authorities several times before this deadly incident, we were not able to confirm that piece of information. Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.